Hey everyone, welcome to this episode of What If Moments for Moms. I could not be more excited for you all to meet and see my guest today. I got the absolute honor of talking with Alli Worthington. She is a wife, a mom, a podcaster, a speaker, an author, and today we're talking about her book, Remaining You While Raising Them. This is an incredible interview. She is incredible. So I hope that you will grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea and take this moment and enjoy it just for you. Hey guys, welcome to this episode of What If Moments for Moms. I could not be more excited about my guest today. I have devoured her newest book and I have highlighted every page like the proud girl with the Bible that's all highlighted. Like that is me with this book. So I am thrilled. I am honored. She is incredible. I know that you're going to enjoy this and I can't wait for you all to get your hands on a copy of this book. So it'll be linked. You can go to her website, everywhere the books are sold. I just encourage you so badly to get this book. So Alli, thank you so much for being here with me.
Thanks for having me. This is going to be so fun.
I'm stoked. And I was telling you right before we started recording that this book could not have come at a more timely moment for me. With my almost 3-year-old, as soon as I saw the title, Remaining You While Raising Them, The Secret Art of Confident Motherhood. Confident is something that I do not feel ever in motherhood. I'm kidding. So it's getting better. But just the remaining you part, that's something that is a lot more challenging than I thought it was going to be. So I would love for you, if you have 5 boys, I don't even understand. I can't even imagine. So tell our audience a little bit about yourself and your family.
Yeah. So yes, my husband and I are claim to fame as we've survived having 5 boys. The oldest is 25, and then the baby, which he'll always be the baby because he's the youngest, he is 15. So I feel like we're out of the really tough phase, but I have a lot of wisdom that I want to share. I wanted to wait until they were older and I had most of them grown before I was like, hey, got a little advice for you.
Yeah. And you do. This book, one of the first things that I highlighted on here was, and this is something I feel like I've catch myself saying a lot. It's literally on page 4. You said, I had no idea motherhood would be my greatest joy and also the hardest thing I would ever do. I wasn't prepared for how motherhood would change my life, and I certainly wasn't prepared for how it would change me. And I love that you talk about like not just the physical aspect, because that's yes. Yes, there's that. But just all of the aspects of it. And I feel like I tell people, I'm like, having Charlie and being a mom is my greatest blessing, but it is the hardest thing I've ever done. Like that's so good. So
I was just at a speaking event a couple of weekends ago, and someone in the audience wanted to know from my business, like how it is that I am driven and I am, I'm kind of as tough as I am. And I said, I wasn't ever before I had children, but having children gave me strength. Having children gave me purpose. I would run through a brick wall for my children.
Yeah.
But I definitely wasn't that woman before kids. Kids do change us. I had no idea how they were changing me when they were younger because I was just trying to keep my head above water and like fishing poop out of the bathtub. You know what I mean?
I do.
But it is, yeah, you definitely do.
Yeah.
It is the greatest, most wonderful adventure to have kids, but also on a day-to-day basis, it kind of grinds you down because it's physically exhausting and it's intellectually boring. But in the middle of all of this process, we wake up one day and go, wow, I love what being a mother has taught me. And I love the skills and the gifts and the abilities that I have now that were born in me from motherhood that I can use to do so many other things in life. It's like you said, the most wonderful thing, but it's a grind day to day, especially when you're in it with littles.
It is. I mean, I am a mom that works out of the house and not a mom that works in the house. And so that does, just thinking like, okay, I'm getting home. I leave here at 4, I get home at 4:30. Then you have to cook. So dinner's on the table at 5:30. And then you have to give him a bath because he's so dirty. And then it's just like, and by the time you know it, it's already time for him to go to bed. So something that I'm having to learn that like I before Charlie, BC for my life, I was, and I still am, very much a planner and type A and OCD. And like, even like the first couple years, like every night I would go in and make the playroom perfect. And it was always clean and all the cars were put up and everything had a home and a spot. We still do that some, but God has really challenged me to let some of that go, because what I found is as I'm planning my nights, before I even get to it, I'm missing the moments.
Yeah.
I'm missing those small moments. Like my husband, I'm so grateful. He doesn't care if we eat bologna sandwiches for dinner. Like some of
A
those like
good man.
expectations. Yes, I'm so grateful. Like as long as I don't give him beets, olives, or cheesecake, I'm good. That's easy. It's so easy. But I had to like take some of the expectation that I was putting on myself off and allow the Lord to change me.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to just kind of want to hold on to like, no, this is who I am. Like we have to have a plan. We have to sit down at 5:30 to eat dinner and it has to be like a 3-course meal with vegetables and a potato. Like that's impossible. It's just
It's almost a recipe for misery, you know?
it
When I
is.
was deciding, like, is this book needed, right? I sent out an email to my email list, and over 1,000 women answered in depth of the state of motherhood. And I wanted to know, like, how are we doing with mom guilt?
Mm,
96% of women said they were. And then
yeah.
I wanted to find out, is it us? Is it our spouse? Is it our mother-in-law? Is it our what is causing mom guilt? The number one biggest cause was social media,
Yeah. Yeah.
where
I can
women
see
are
that.
we're just trying to live our life, right? And then
Hmm.
we open up our phone and there's a picture of someone whose life looks perfect in that photo or the video. Like everyone's dressed alike. The children are all dressed in
Right.
white magically. The dog is smiling. And then we see it and we're like, my dog just ate a sock and threw up on the floor. I'm fishing
Right.
poop out of the bathtub. I'm exhausted, you know? And we want to throw our phones across the room because we feel
Yeah.
like other women are getting it, but we're not.
Right.
And because of I'll just call it out for what it is, the Instagram kind of influencer business model.
Yeah.
There are women, and I'm a businesswoman. I love business. So I'm not saying people shouldn't do this, but we need to be aware of it. There are
Right.
entire business models based around looking perfect on
Yeah.
Instagram and your
Yeah.
family looking perfect. But there is something in like the base of our brain where even when we know it, we see those images and we go, oh, I'm a
Mhm.
failure. Everyone else is getting
Yeah.
it right.
Yeah.
So women are just inundated with it should be perfect. The playroom should be clean. I should be growing wheat in my backyard and making organic
Right.
bread for
Obviously.
dinner every night, right? I
Yeah.
mean, I'm kind of on this thing right now telling women whatever those accounts are, just please unfollow them. You can follow
Right.
them again later, but they are so damaging to women's psyche right now, especially to young moms.
Yeah, I could not agree more, and that's something that I've had to be very intentional with, is just putting my phone down when I'm with him, because
Yeah.
it's really not worth it, and just trying to figure out what are those other things that when I'm tempted to just kind of, because I mean, you are like you said, in the throes of, like, the toddlerhood, like, at the end of the day, I just kind of want to do something mindless and not think, so
Sure.
it's so easy to just scroll.
Yeah.
But it's not just scrolling, it's feeding our thoughts and it's feeding our brain and it's really shaping how we're feeling about ourselves. And I can so easily catch that. And so I've had to kind of come up with a couple other things that I really enjoy doing so that when I'm tempted to just mindlessly scroll through my phone, like I can close it and go choose to do something else, because it's like this trap. It just kind of sucks you in when you start scrolling and you just can't stop. It's ridiculous. It really is. So, but I've had to be very intentional about my phone and really just cherishing the moments that I have with him. And I love in this book, and I want to make sure we talk about that, how you broke it down into 3 different parts.
Mm.
And the first part is modern motherhood is broken. And a lot of that you did touch on, like the guilt, the mom guilt and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that and why it is broken?
Yeah, I think so much of it is social media. So
Yeah.
much of it is the videos and the imagery and the messaging that women are getting every day because say someone's whole brand is organic baby food, right? And all they talk about is making homemade organic baby food for their baby and their kids. Every time we see that account, we're just going to be like, "Well, I I fed them SpaghettiOs, or
Right.
the peach baby food I fed wasn't organic. We're going to feel terrible. Or somebody else's whole thing is, I'm knitting my own child's clothes or whatever it is, from like
Yeah.
lambs that are locally sourced in the area, right? I mean,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. So then we're
Yeah.
like, oh, I bought the outfit at Target. I'm obviously a
Yeah.
terrible mom.
Yeah.
So not I mean, moms have always had pressure on us. We have
Right.
always felt the weight of the world on our shoulders. It's just it's in our DNA as mothers.
Right. Yeah.
But then you combine it with the constant messaging all day long of,
Yeah.
this is right, you're not doing enough. This is how to be a good mom. This is the
Right.
only way to be a good mom, and all
Right.
these things, when really being a good mom comes down to investing in yourself,
Yeah.
making sure that you're
Yeah.
emotionally healthy, making sure that you're spiritually healthy, because we can quote unquote do all the right things, but if we aren't okay,
Right.
it's not going to end well.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I
Yeah.
remember when I was 8, I went to go visit my great Aunt Shirley for Christmas. And we got there, and, she met us at the door, and she had a big smile. And, she let us know she had been cooking for 3 days. She was so excited. Everyone was there. And I didn't have the life experience or the understanding to know what was going on, but I started feeling really uncomfortable.
Hmm.
And it wasn't until I was much older that a family member said she never liked cooking and hosting. She hated all that stuff. But she felt like, to be a good mom to her kids and a good
Oh,
family member,
yeah.
that's what good moms do.
Yeah.
But over the years, she got resentful because she never
Right.
felt like she had permission to raise her hand to go, "Hey, can everybody bring a dish? Or how about we
Hmm.
trade houses every year?" So she felt like, to be a good mom, this is what she did. So she did the right things.
Yeah.
But in her heart, after resentment came bitterness. And
Right.
so even as
Yes.
an 8-year-old girl, I felt the bitterness. Even though she was smiling and being nice,
Right.
I just knew something was awful.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. We can do the right things, but if we are dying inside, it
Hmm.
will affect everyone else. Motherhood right now, women have believed the lie that it's all what we do, but really all of the magic of motherhood is in who we are, because who we are will leak out all over everyone around us, whether
Right.
it's resentment, whether it's kind
Yeah.
of putting our needs on the shelf and dying on the vine, or we're coming to motherhood from a place of, I am a person worthy of care, just like my kids are worthy of care. I'm going to invest in myself and take care of myself just as well as I take care of them. And I'm going to model for them what a healthy adult should look like. And that's
Yeah.
the best gift we can give our kids.
I could not agree more. And I feel like I so easily fall into categories 1 and 2, and I haven't yet got to the self-care and caring for myself. And because, like you're saying, you're constantly pouring out, but if you're not putting
Yeah.
anything in, and I have lived in the resentment. I have been the passive aggressive wife, just like kind of glaring at my husband as he's drinking a hot cup of coffee that I gave him in the morning. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just, I mean, and then it gets, and before you know it, you're just like snapping and you're angry at everything. And
But
I
you're
remember
doing the
getting,
right things, right?
yes,
You're
doing
doing all
all
the
the
right. Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
I am being the model wife, the mom, like I'm keeping the house. I'm literally doing everything that you're supposed to do, but I'm such an angry, resentful, bitter person inside. And I got to that place, and I literally remember putting my hands down on the sink, and I was like, who am I? Like, this is not who I am. This is not who I've ever been, and this is for sure not who God's called me to be as a wife, as a mom, as a human in general. Like, this is not it. And I do think a lot of it, like you were talking about social media and comparison, I think is something that women struggle with in general. But being a mom and comparing yourself to other moms, it's like takes it to a whole new level. And then comparison is the thief of joy. So we're literally, it's biblical, it's stealing what the Lord has given us. And we are pouring that out because that's all we have. And what a mess.
Uh, We have all been Aunt Shirley at one point or
Yeah.
another.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
that just having these conversations, and then like with this book, having the tools to break free from it,
Absolutely. Yeah.
this is how we change things for ourselves and for other
Yeah.
women, and for our daughters who will have
That's
kids
good.
one day, and our
Absolutely.
granddaughters, so they
Yeah.
don't have to have the same struggles that we've had.
Right. So I want to make sure that we get to the part where the part 3, and I know part 2 is the good mom myths. And you all have to just get the book. You have to read it for yourself. She can't tell you everything in this little interview because I promise you will not regret it. But I want to make sure that we get to part 3 and just touch on this a little bit so we can leave people with some hope.
Yeah.
Habits that help you thrive. Like how do we get out of this broken motherhood that we might be living in?
Well, I wanted this book to not just be my opinion. So I brought in a lot of Christian therapists to
Mhm.
offer insights to. I wanted it to be, biblical, but I also leaned on a ton of research because again, not just my opinion. I wanted
Right.
research over, 30 and 40 years of what helps moms, what helps people thrive in this world. And a lot
Mhm.
of the data said friendships. So
Oh,
for moms, one of
wow.
the most
Yeah.
important things that we can do is invest in friendships. And
That's so
moms that
good.
had good, healthy friendships, just 2 or 3 people, their babies had better development at age 2 and 3 than moms who didn't have a couple of close
Mhm.
friends. But, an author was on my podcast and had the best quote. He said, "The 30s are where friendships go to die because we're
Yeah.
busy with work and we're
That's
busy with
so true.
kids," right? And
Yeah.
so for moms, what I want to do with that third section is just have easy habits to build in our life because we don't need more work to do. We don't have any
No.
time.
Right.
We're already burned
Right.
out. And one of those little habits is just having intentional time with other moms.
That's so
2 of
good.
my friends, they don't have time to see each other because they moved away. So they know every Tuesday night at 5, they make dinner together. So they have their iPads in the kitchen, they put on their AirPods, and they
Yes.
literally make dinner together, and that's their catch-up time because our hearts need it. Our hearts need women who
Yes.
get us,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So there's the simple habit of making sure that we have friend time. There's the magic question habit that is my favorite, and that's just asking ourselves every day, "What do I need right now?"
Mhm.
Because the question of what do I need, we haven't thought about what we needed in ages, you know? What do I
Right.
need right now could be like, I need water. I need to have lunch with a
Right.
friend this weekend. I need to take a nap. I need to get a housekeeper. I need to order pizza for dinner because if I have to make another meal, I'm going to burn down my kitchen. Whatever it is, but just getting in the habit of asking ourselves what we need because we're always asking our kids and we're thinking about our husband, we're thinking about everyone else, but
Absolutely.
we are children of God, just like
Yeah.
everyone else is. We need to take care of ourselves so we can take care of other people. So
Yeah.
just every day going, what do I need right now? And then either asking for that help or giving ourselves permission to take care of ourselves. Like my Aunt Shirley never felt like she had permission to take care of herself and go, hey, everyone bring a dish. But we
Right.
don't have to live that way. I think that God is pleased with us when we take care of ourselves in a loving way, just like we take care of our kids.
Yeah. I could not agree more. And I can tend to lean on the side of Aunt Shirley. Like I can be Aunt Shirley for sure. And it's not even that I feel like somebody has to give me the permission. I feel like no one's not granted me that permission. It's really just on me. You know what I mean? It's just on
Yeah.
me and I'm doing this to myself. And I've learned really quickly to take the expectation off of my husband because that just was a mess. I just thought that like he would also know to do the things and to see if I'm
Isn't
like
that cute?
struggling. Like, how do you not see about all of the things that I'm
Yeah.
doing? Like, how are you just sitting there? But he is an incredible husband. He's an incredible provider. He's an incredible dad. They're not wired that way. And as soon as
Dads
I
are not
can,
moms.
they're
They're not
not.
moms.
And as
No.
soon as I was able to kind of grasp that, something that, I remember from a Bible study we did when we were first married, I don't remember who it was, but I remember what they said, "Always assume the best."
Yeah.
And I feel like the Lord kind of brought that back up in my spirit and like, always assume the best. And so when I started thinking about that and I asked him, I'm like, "Hey, would you mind, for instance, on Wednesdays, I bring Charlie, he goes somewhere. So it's either my father-in-law's or my dad's house. So that
Mhm.
makes it a chaotic morning, right?
Yeah.
So I just asked Bobby, I'm like, do you think that you can get Charlie ready for me on Wednesday mornings? No problem. He but for months before that, I'm like the raging crazy person on Wednesday mornings because I'm so mad at him for drinking coffee. And he has no idea that I even need anything. Like, but
Totally.
as soon as I asked him, it was just like, you know what? Absolutely. And he hasn't missed a Wednesday. So it's just there's so much of it that I think for moms is in our mind. And
Mhm.
and just sitting there saying, "Hey, what do I need today? And I love that you said it could be water. Like it doesn't mean I need to go get a manicure and go to the spa. It could be as simple as water. I mean, it's just that one little thing can make such a world of difference for us. So,
Yeah, and it protects us from the blow-ups, and it can protect us from developing depression,
yeah,
because
yeah,
when when a woman feels like she's unsupported and she's not getting the help she needs, we tend to kind of isolate even more from
yeah.
other people, and as we
Mhm.
isolate more from other people, we're at risk of developing depression. So,
Yes.
these are things like for some women, they need to hear the message that taking care of yourself is the best thing you can do to take care of your children,
It's so good.
right? Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, and it's so hard sometimes, but it absolutely is the best thing. We can't pour out if we're empty. We're
right.
just kind of chugging along, waking up, doing the same thing over and over and over again, and it steals the joy out of what should be one of our greatest gifts, I think. So we just have a couple seconds left. I just can't thank you enough. I'm so honored to have you on the show.
Oh, thank you
Yes.
so much for having me.
Yes, of
I'm
course.
thrilled that the book has been so helpful for you personally.
It has, and I can't wait for everyone to grab a copy of it. Will you just really quickly just tell us how everybody can find you, follow you? What are all the things?
Yeah, I'm Alli Worthington everywhere, Instagram, Facebook. My website's alliworthington.com, and my podcast is The Alli Worthington Show.
Awesome. Thank you again so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, everyone. I again encourage you so much. The links will be right underneath the show. So please go get yourself a copy. Email me if you can't get a copy. I will get you a copy. I just want you to have this book in your hands. It's such a phenomenal resource. So stay with us because, as you know, Stephanie will be back with a What the Hack. I'm pretty sure it might be something Christmas related because we all know how much Stephanie loves it. So hang with us and we'll be back with a little bit more on What If Moments for Moms.
The hat. The city.
Hello, friends. It's Stephanie, and Rebecca is back with me
Hello.
today. And we're sharing super easy Christmas DIY projects, and everything comes from the Dollar Tree. So not only are they easy, they're super affordable.
Amazing
Get
deal.
your children, get your friends, get somebody
Anybody.
together and just do a craft night. You will not regret it. So we have these snowflakes from
cute.
Dollar Tree. So we have different size. These all came together, right? And then we have this beautiful one. And we're simply going to layer, okay? We're going to start with the bottom one. We're going to dab on some hot glue to the little stars and just put them right, because layers bring like definition
Yeah,
to
like
the
more dimension.
yeah, dimension. That's the
Yeah,
word.
that's
Thank
the
you.
word.
That's what I count on Rebecca for, my words.
I try to have the words
Thank
ready.
you. I appreciate you. Okay. Super easy. Get those on there. And we're using hot glue. You can use this and E6000, right? So
For
that
longevity.
for it'll stay forever. And listen, if you make stuff with your kids, it's stuff you're going to pull out later and you're going to have the best memories.
Right. The best times. You
And
remember
then,
making
I'm
them.
an empty nester, so it's stuff that you'll pull out many years later and you might cry a little. It's okay. That
Okay,
ridiculous.
crying's okay.
Okay, so look, we have dimension.
So cute.
I mean, look how cute that is. It's a
Love it.
layer. It can be sitting, it can be hanging, and for
Imagine.
$3 you have this beautiful. I love the silver.
Me too.
The beautiful, right? Now I want to show you one other thing. Okay, all Dollar Tree. If you like just simple and elegant, okay, look at these. These are the brush trees from Dollar Tree, and they have these cute mirrors, right, for $1.25. I'm simply going to hot glue the trees
Cute.
to the mirror, and that's it. It's going to be simple. It's going to be
Simple,
elegant.
Cute.
Listen, I do gaudy Christmas at my house. I can't help it. I have all the things. But if you are elegant, look at that. That's so
If you're elegant.
if you're elegant. And they have all these beautiful
many
brush
options.
trees. Look, if you like leopard, I think this one would go perfect with leopard.
Absolutely.
Hello. Yeah, super cute. Do not discount Dollar Tree. They have all the things. Don't, and then go to YouTube. That's how I found a lot of the
Yep.
ideas. Go to YouTube, find some ideas, and then just sit down, slow down, and get ready for Christmas. And then when Christmas comes, you can enjoy it just a little bit more because you're
Yep.
not stressed out, right?
Yep.
My email address is right here. Feel free to email me about anything. I'm here for you. I love having Rebecca on. She loves doing crafts,
I
and
love
so
doing
do
crafts,
I.
especially
And
Christmas.
especially Christmas. And we'll see you next time.
The hat. The city.
We want to connect with you. Make sure to visit our website, momentsformoms.tv, for the latest episodes of the show, guest information, resources, and so much more. Visit momentsformoms.tv today.
What if Moments for Moms is more than just a show? It is a community of moms encouraging each other on this incredible journey we have been called to. Join our private Facebook group to share your mom moments, questions, small victories, and connect with other moms as we all come together in this ministry called motherhood. We can't wait to see you there.
For the Christian Television Network, I'm Dr. Brooks Gibbs, and welcome back to your mental health moment. Our focus today is on a truly beautiful but often elusive concept, peace. It's not the fleeting peace the world offers like a day spa experience, but rather a deep, abiding peace that only comes from God. In John chapter 14, verse 27, Jesus states, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." These words are a powerful reminder that divine peace is a gift given to us by God. This peace transcends worldly understanding and brings serenity to our troubled hearts. It steadies us amidst life's storms, providing a refuge for anxiety and stress. So seek this peace in your daily life, and that's exactly what you do when you seek a closer walk with the Lord Jesus, the Prince of Peace. Allow Him to calm your thoughts, soothe your heart, guide your steps towards tranquility. For Christian Television Network, I'm Dr. Brooks Gibbs.
I am here with my coworker and friend, Darlene. And Darlene, if you had one piece of advice to give to moms, what would it be?
Well, I'm the mom of an adult child, one and only, and she had a number of years of being single, just recently married.
Yes.
So I think the biggest thing I've had to do is to let go.
Mm.
And how many times that I want to insert my thoughts, my
Yes.
advice, my well-seasoned thought, and I just need to wait for her to initiate asking for it.
That is such
That is
great
the
advice.
hardest thing for me.
Yeah.
But let her initiate. And I have found if I just watch what I say, just listen, be a listener and not insert, let her come to me, she will.
That is so great.
But that's just in a nutshell. It's not easy to do.
It's hard.
It's
so
hard. And then now I have a new dynamic I now have a son-in-law, and this is just
Mm-hmm.
literally within recent weeks. So now I have to work that too.
Yes. Yeah.
To not insert too much with the two of them.
It's so hard.
So basically, in a nutshell, don't insert yourself where you're not requested to be.
Yeah.
Let them come to you.
That's great. Thanks,
That's it.
Darlene.